Are y'all ready? It's time. Bow, 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 bow. Oh, that little groove. It gets all in the shoulders. I told y'all it's really good. I have to give a shout out to everybody and welcome to Moments with Mama Sue. If you're listening right now in real time, or even if you're going to catch us on the replay, I love that. We are so excited to have you here, giving a shout out to Lori and Lisa, and Tawanya is on today, and Judy right here at the beginning. I'm not going to call a roll because I may miss somebody, but if you're with us, be sure and drop your name in the comments thread so we can shout you out. I get so excited. It seems like it's been a long time. You know, those months that have 5 weeks in them, it makes it seem like a long time before I get a chance to connect with you. But I'm so glad that you're here. And I'm glad that the Lord allowed us an opportunity to come together one more time. One more time. Got some exciting things that are going on, some exciting happenings, because you know what? Connecting with you is the best part of my day. So while you're right there close to your phone or your electronic device, go ahead and let some people know that we're on the air. Invite them to come and join us and have a great time with us, because the more, the merrier. We always have a great time on Moments with Mama Sue. Now, I want you to know that we're still, of course, promoting my children's book, Miss Annie from Way Down South. It is a must have for all the little people in your life. Go ahead and get it for them. You can order that via my website at www.sueroseberry.com. Real easy to remember. You can get that and other merchandise as well via my website. And then tomorrow, because it's the first Tuesday of the month, I'll be at the Southeast Senior Center here in Midland. And listen, we have a wonderful time at the Southeast Senior Center. We get together and sing hymns and inspirational music and songs. It's upbeat, it's positive, and I never leave there when I don't feel like I'm on top of the world. And if you all tune in to my Facebook page, Mama Sue Roseberry, around 10:30-ish. You can catch us doing that live. You may be at work at your desk, but you can just listen to the vivacious elderly on there singing and enjoying ourselves and having a wonderful time. And you're all invited. If you're close, you can come and be with us in person. We would love, love, love to have you to join us because that's the way we roll. And then I want to invite those of you who are in the Dallas area, Louisville, Texas. I will be there this weekend coming for the 50th birthday celebration of Dr. Patrick Bradley. My brother is turning 50 years old, and the Westside Baptist Church is doing a special event for him that will feature Ricky Dillard and Nuji and the Texas Mass Choir, Westside Baptist Church Choir, and the Dallas chapter of the Gospel Music Workshop are forming a tribute choir that will perform some of his music. He's a phenomenal writer, has been writing for years. So they're going to celebrate his 18 years of ministry there as the minister of worship and creative arts. Ricky Dillard will be there, Nuji, and me, Mama Sue. So please come on and check it out. Tickets are available at Eventbrite. You can go there and get your tickets and then come out and be a part of that occasion. I'm going to be there. I know I holler Ricky Dillis and New G's good. I'm going to be right there swaying and sashaying and doing whatever is necessary to have good times. So y'all come on and join us. And then I want to invite you on the very next weekend. June is a busy month. I will be at the Carver School Old Gym for the Black Business Expo and Marketing Network that's going to be on June the 18th, Freedom Day, at the Black Business Expo that is hosted by the Midland NAACP. I'll have merchandise. Just come by and say hi to me. I'd love to meet you, love to spend a little time chatting with you, and be one of the first 50 to roll by. And you can get a little free something, something from Mama Sue. I love to give away things. So I'd love to have you come by and check that out. Y'all be sure if you're in Midland, come by the Black Business Expo. And then for anybody that's just been saying, oh, I sure would love to see Mama Sue in person. She don't never come where I am. Well, invite me, call me. I'll come and we can make it happen. I'd love to be able to share in ministry with you. I am a psalmist. I do speaking engagements, workshops, storytelling, concert. We can make it happen. So just give me a call and I'll come rolling on by. And before I finish closing out with my opening remarks, I want to remind everybody, let's pray for our world. I started out making signs that said, pray for Brooklyn. Then I had to say, pray for Uvalde. And then finally I just said, Lord, just pray for our world because our world is in trouble. And except we pray and ask God to help us, then we are not going to make it. So I'm asking you to, in your prayer time, just let's remember to lift up those who are brokenhearted because of senseless killings and murders. And then remember to pray for our world because we need the peace of God that passes all understanding. That's what we really, really need. And then while you're at it, I'm asking you all to follow me out here in these social media streets. I'm on all of these platforms. So whatever is your special place to be, you say, I don't like Instagram. Well, then do Facebook. You don't like Facebook, do YouTube. You don't do YouTube, do LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter. Whatever is your special place, that's where you can find me. And I will be glad to connect with you. And I promise if you will engage with me, that I will also respond and we can just keep this thing rolling and going to the glory and honor of our God. Now, then, for all of you who are tuning in tonight, I am so glad that you're here. We are going to have a very, very, very special guest tonight because this person I didn't just meet yesterday. I have known her for most of her lifetime since Bobby Socks. It was like that since Bobby Socks. So I want you all to get ready because I'm going to bring somebody extra special to you in just a minute, right after this. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Miss Annie from way down south. She's loud, she's fun, but you'd better watch out. Put on your seatbelt and take the rollicking ride with the unpredictable Miss Annie as she whips and turns and drives straight into your heart. Own it today at www.sueroseberry.com. Woo! Yes, indeed. And as promised, I have a special guest. Her name is Shelanda Owens. But what you need to know about Shelanda is that she is a creative and inspirational young woman, but more importantly, she is an artist. She's using her hands and the inspiration that God has given her to create beautiful things that inspire others and help others to break through in the realm of breaking their silence through art. And she's my real live niece, y'all. Welcome to Moments with Mama Sue, Shelanda. Hey, Shelanda.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How's the weather in Denver
You know
today?
what? The weather is great today. We're at a standstill at probably, I'd say about 70 degrees here. So it fluctuates, but today's a good day. The weather's great.
It's nice and mild. It's saying that it's 101
Yeah,
in Midland. So you know what I mean? 70 is like, ooh, child. Ooh,
I know what
child.
that feels like.
You've been down here because you were used to coming to Midland every summer. And now you're all grown up. But Shalonda, I did not know that you had all of this creativity bundled up inside of you.
Yeah.
That's why I tell people never underestimate what is in a child. Now, I've always known that you had a passion and a heart for God because you love to go to church.
I still do.
But tell me about your creations. How did you get started with inspired creations?
Well, growing up, I loved to draw. I loved art. I remember being in the second grade and they published my art at an art museum, and it was just a finger painting. And just growing up releasing things, I used to do poetry and then I stopped doing that, and then I just found my place in art because that was my therapy. And while doing that, um, people saw my art and they're like, wow, why aren't you, why isn't your art out there? You should go on Etsy, you should go on, different places, to sell my art. And I just really didn't take it, to heart, until I really started getting inspired by my own art, and just seeing the smiles and the happy hearts behind my art. And I just really thought that it really inspired others.
So, where did you pick up working with some of the mediums that you use for your art? Where did you pick that up?
Oh, I just went to different stores, Michael's, Hobby Lobby. I go to the Dollar Tree, Walmart. I mean, everywhere. When I go to the store, I'm always in the art aisle. I try to find something.
So, you just happened to the inspiration behind some of the things you're creating? Did you go to a class to learn to do those things and then begin to branch out into your own creations? How did that start?
You know what? I did not attend the class. I did not attend the class at all. I just practiced and I did it on my own time. Just when I felt like I wanted to do art and paint and draw, I just did it at home and just accumulated a lot over the years and began giving it away. And that's how, I started noticing, well, I used to hear a lot from others that, your artwork is or your artwork is amazing, so that's what started inspiring me. So I never attended any classes. I just believe that God gifted my hands and gifted me to do what I'm doing now in art.
So basically, now, y'all listen to this because this is sounding like it is ultra amazing. Because you can't just set me in a room with no blank canvas or and come up with something that looks decent enough to put on somebody's wall. How do you come up with the inspiration behind some of your beautiful creations? Wait a minute, I'm gonna even do better than that. I'm going to go and pull one and let's talk about how you started or how you created that. Let's see if we can see that. Do you see that on the screen, everybody? You created this. What was your inspiration? What were you thinking as you were seeing that?
Oh, what I was thinking when I saw that, when I painted that, is um, I do believe I was in my garage one day. I don't know if I was, in between emotions. The weather was, not so well. Um, it has something to do with breakthrough, and that's what I came up with, that centerpiece right there. Um, just a bunch of emotions everywhere. A lot of things were happening in the world, and sometimes when I am full of emotions, I just step out and I'll think, and then sometimes I'll just play a little bit of music. Sometimes I'll play black violin, gospel, or worship, whatever it is that will continue to bring whatever it is out onto a canvas.
Wow. And you guys that are watching, as I put these pictures up, art is that one thing that you can't get wrong. Okay.
Yes.
You cannot get it wrong because everybody sees something different. Everybody feels something. When you look at art, it evokes emotions or it brings about a change in your thoughts or your ideas. When I'm looking at it, that's what I'm looking at. And I don't claim to even try to understand what it is all the time. It may not be literal, but it makes you feel something. How do you classify your artwork? Do you think it's improvisational? How do you classify your work?
Um, you know what? I don't. I think when it's based upon pretty much, and that's how I came with breaking silence through art. It's pretty much based upon emotions. In different seasons of life, pretty much. And when I begin doing a piece, it depends on how I'm feeling that day, what kind of mood I'm in. Um, and that's how yeah.
And y'all, when y'all are watching, y'all put in the comments threads kind of what the pieces make you think about. Because when I was looking at this, I saw all those beautiful colors together, and it looked like a river of color to me. Like there was a design, something beautiful was flowing through the center, you know. And I think that there's something beautiful flowing through the center like a river of life through all of us, something beautiful flowing through us. So y'all put in the comments what those emotions are and thoughts as we look at some of these art pieces, because they're absolutely beautiful. And you can do things with these pieces that you can't do with maybe a literal landscape piece or something like that, because you can turn them whatever way they seem to look best to you. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
Wow.
You can, I mean, and 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 that's why I do believe that there's such an inspiration because, I mean, everyone has a different eye for art. Not everyone has the same eye for art. So what you see is not what somebody else sees. What I see is not what you see.
Hmm. Robin said she thought flowing motion. And then she also said oscillating. I love that. I love that. And Carmel said it's uniquely beautiful. It is. It's so different. And Judy said a river and rainbow. Oh, that is so beautiful. A river and a rainbow. And look, I got a few more to look at. Let's look at this piece right here. What were you thinking when you created that? Because that looks like something that's melting into something else.
Yes,
Y'all be sure and put down what you see.
yes. So that one I believe is um, majestic swirl of just all forms of swirls. And if you look at it, it's just different patterns and different pieces of uniqueness in this painting. I always look up close to all my paintings after I'm done and they're dry. I just look up close, and because it's so amazing how they all turn out to be something different. If you look up close to them, you'll see, um, different shapes, different forms, and I just think it's just majestically beautiful. I really do.
Well, I was looking at this piece and I remember when I first looked at it, and I thought that looks like harnessed power, some kind of power that's flowing through. And I just love that. What are y'all thinking as y'all are saying? She's saying eruption. Eruption. Ooh, that sounds good. Robin is an art collector, an artist, distributor, promoter, all of those things. And so it's beautiful. Felicia said she was going to say about the other painting that it was looking like a river to her, and maybe with mountains on both sides. It was beautiful. And
Yeah.
she said this one looks like the layers of the earth where rocks and diamonds are formed.
Wow.
Ooh,
Wow.
I
That's
love
beautiful.
that. I love that.
Yeah.
And when you sit, and to me, when I go to a museum or a gallery
Mhm.
and I get an opportunity to just sit and really look at art, it's so calming
Mhm.
to me. It is really calming, and it helps me to center and get a hold of my emotions and things that's going on.
Yes.
What Judy said, end of creation, powerful.
Wow.
Yeah, it's that kind of power. It looks, it's so majestic. It's so beautiful. I love that. And Shalonda, about how long does it take you generally to create one of these huge masterpieces?
To create it, it will probably only take, without preparing the paints and putting them where they go on the canvas. Creating the painting only takes probably, if not 10 to 15 minutes.
Are you for real?
Yes, I'm serious. I have one back here on the wall here that I did. It's a 36 by 48, I do believe. Um, My brother watched me mix all the paintings. He was just getting so excited. I'm just ready to see what you're gonna do with this because all these colors, and I poured it on there, and I, created the art piece, and it didn't take long. It didn't take long. It took a good maybe 10 minutes to form the piece of art once it's
Now
on.
that's got some genius tendencies to it. 10 or 15 minutes. I don't believe I could do that in that time frame because it would take me forever to just be sitting up there looking about where I'm going to pour it. So talk a little about your process that you use, how you use music
Mhm.
as you're working through with your creations.
So first, I'll sit and I'll meditate, just to see if I come up with anything, or come up with a vision or anything like that. Sometimes it's possible that I do come up with a vision, and then I'll just go for it. Sometimes I don't have a vision, and I'll just meditate, and then I'll pick a genre of music, and then I'll let it play, and then I'll just start mixing and pouring. Um, I use lots of material sometimes. Sometimes I'll just mix what I want to come out. Mediums, paint, water. Um, I'll use some semi gloss sometimes. I'll use that one actually has a resin finish at the end. But I love to experiment. So every painting is different. Every painting is uniquely different. Um, there's no painting that is the same.
Wow. And that's the other beautiful thing about this. Wanda's saying that's amazing, truly gifted. Lori is saying you have a beautiful gift. And then Carmel said, this just looking at these beautiful art pieces brings peace. And they do. I'm just looking at them and thinking that, every time you see it, and you can imagine this, that would be displayed on your wall in different ways. If you turn it landscape, you will see it this way. And
Yes.
then if you turned it and rotated it a different direction, you would see something completely different. And it is absolutely beautiful. Look at Robbie. She could give you names for these pieces. Stratification. Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's what it looks like. It's so beautiful.
Thank
I'm just, I tell you what, I am just in awe. It's so beautiful. And listen, not only has she created these pieces, the Lord gave her to start a nonprofit, which is called Breaking Silence Through Art. Tell us how you utilize art in that particular nonprofit.
So basically, the vision is to help to motivate others through art. There's a lot of people that, you know, the first thing they say is, "Oh no, I'm not good at art," or "I suck at art," and things like that. But you never know. And then when you get the strategy and the idea that what I want to bring together is pouring your emotions out, because sometimes we have so many emotions bottled up on the inside and we have to get them out, right? Some type of way. And the way that I get them out, and that's why I want to share, because the way that I get my emotions, out on canvas into something very beautiful to to let it out. So this vision is, we come together, we'll motivate. Um, we may talk about, feelings and emotions, begin to inspire each other, listen to a genre of music, and then you just pick up. There's no stencils, there's no drawing. You just pick up paint, you pick out paint, you pick out whatever you want to go on that canvas, whatever color. And then once that music plays and we've talked, and you have your emotions bottled up on the inside, and once the music starts playing, you pick up your paintbrush or Or if you want to do acrylic pour, I'll show you how to do that. And you'll be amazed of what you come up with. I mean, I've been to um, places where they have, you know, how they have sip and paint or painting um, um, organizations where they have different events and you go paint and they'll show you how to draw stencil or show you and lead you and guide you on a picture to paint. But this is totally different because you are going and you're spilling out what's on the inside, and you'll be totally amazed of what you come up with at the end. um, you'll have a masterpiece to exhibit at the end because art is, you can't mess up art. Art is just that. Art is art.
I love that. I love that. And I love the fact that this particular gift brings healing for people.
Yes.
And especially right now when our world is so torn and so broken and so many people are hurting, I can really envision how you would be able to allow them to release some of the pent up frustrations that they feel by creating something beautiful.
Yes, it's definitely therapy for me. It really is. And I feel accomplished once I'm done. Sometimes I'll go on and I can paint two or three um, canvases, you know, in one day. You know, I'll sometimes I mix resin and I'll make trays and I'll make, you know, I use my creativity to let out what is on the inside. And I'm told all the time that, you know, different others love what I'm doing, but I want to get it out, but I also want to help others to do the same thing.
Oh, wow. It is absolutely amazing. Well, listen, we are going to cut away for just the station identification, and then I'm going to come back and show you some other beautiful things and get your opinions about that. How about that?
Sounds good.
Advertise with us and let Mama Sue's family know what you've got going on. Email us at msroscbe2 at gmail.com. So if you're doing something, I'd love to promote that. So be sure and advertise with us. Today we're talking with Shelanda Owens. She is the inspired creator behind Inspired Creations. And Shelanda creates with her hands masterpieces that we have been looking at and seeing so many beautiful things that you have created. Now, I want to go in here and I want to show you some of the beautiful work that Shalonda has created. She said trays and resin art. So I want to show you some of that. Here's one. Shalonda, tell us what we're looking at.
Oh, those are coasters. I had started playing and messing with resin, and I came up with a lot of different ideas and messed with different colors and all of these coasters and the bags you see there. I um, gave them as Christmas gifts to all my coworkers um, because I had so many, and it's not about. I just love to see others enjoy looking and experiencing my art.
Well, those are beautiful. That gold and the brown and the flecks of sparkles in there. Those are absolutely beautiful and so unique.
Thank you.
Felicia is saying beautiful coasters.
Thank you.
Yeah, those are beautiful. And then I wanted to show you another design that she also created. And that, tell us what we're looking at here.
So these are coasters that go with the trays. Those this is a tray, and then I have the round coasters that are sitting on the side. Then again, I'm mixing colors, and actually this is when I first got started, so that's how I ended up with so many. But yeah, I just went and experimented and mixed different colors, and this is what I came up with.
Well, how do you come up with the shape of them? Because that abstract design shape is so cool to me. How'd you come up with that?
Well, with that, I ordered different shapes of molds. So, and that's how that shape came about. It was what is it? I order molds on. I can order them on eBay. I can order them on Amazon. So there are different types of molds that I use to create resin pieces.
Ah, so y'all, Shalonda is creating things that are unique. There will not be two that are just the same.
Correct.
Lori is saying unique, so lovely. They're just beautiful. I'm in awe of everything that I'm seeing, and I want some. I want some. So now we got to talk about how we can get this. Let me tell you, Shalonda is creating things all the time, and we can actually commission a work. Is that right? Can you
Correct.
tell us how that would happen?
I'm on social media, Facebook. I do have a website as well. I am on Etsy.com. And basically, you just inquire. You tell me custom pieces are basically what I do. You tell me what colors. And I have people that tell me, well, I want something that matches my living room. You give me the colors and let me have fun with it. And I will create you a piece that will make you happy.
Wow. I'm showing on the screen now. And for those of you that don't get it down right now, you can also go to Sholanda's website at www.inspiredcreationsforyou. How about that? Inspiredcreationsforyou.com. Her phone contact is there. Also, her email at more@inspiredcreationsforyou.com. She's in the Denver area, so I'm sure if those of you that are living in close proximity would like to see some of what Shalonda is doing or participate in some of her breaking silence through art sessions, then you would be able to do that by finding out about it through her Facebook and Instagram. Listen, that is just so amazing. So I'm finna send you the colors to my living room
You
because
got
I need something that you are creating. Can you talk just a little bit
Mhm.
about price range? Let the people kind of have an idea of what to be thinking about so y'all can tell y'all's husbands and wives and friends what to get you for Christmas and birthday.
So the materials that I do work with are quite pricey. The resin is quite pricey. The paint, I try to make it as affordable for you, and I use a lot of paint on the big canvases. I do all sizes. So the prices range. They range from $25 and up. The big canvases would range from uh, maybe 85 to 200. So I'm really really trying to establish a second stream of income, and support will definitely help. Um, and I try to make it work for the both of us.
That's what I'm talking about. And she's so humble, y'all, and so sweet. I may have to take over as a manager and you need a representative to really get what you're supposed to get for these paintings because they're just absolutely beautiful
Thank you.
showstoppers. And so we're going to try to have you come to the Midland area. Next time you're down here visiting the family, we're going to try to set up something special so that those of you who are in the area can just huckabuckle on over. That's my word, huckabuckle on over, and we can have a session and create something with Shelanda. Shelanda is also a freestyle designer of clothes. Tell us a little bit about that before we break away and get up out of here.
Yes, I had a passion to sew, and this was maybe about 5 years ago, or I'd say 4 to 5 years ago. I had a passion to sew, and I had no idea how to sew. I just wanted to. I bought a sewing, and this was on faith. This was I stepped out on faith. I bought a sewing machine. I went to a beginner's class to learn the basics of how to use a sewing machine. And once I got home, I went to the fabric store. I had already, drawn up some, I had some ideas on different jackets and clothing that I wanted to make and to sew, and actually stumbled up on doing fashion shows. I stumbled up and I met Tracy Palmer. She's over Trendsetters Production, and she motivates children and young adults, who've been bullied and who's, been through things in their lives, and just to inspire them. And she has fashion shows for them. And so I jumped right in and I started sizing them and I just started sewing, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I actually volunteered to make 3 prom dresses for 3 individuals that did not have. And I'm looking forward to continue to do that. I'm looking forward to um, find different strategies and ideas to come forth to motivate and inspire young adults as well, with designer clothing and making and having fun, just having fun with it as well.
Wow. Now that that really takes talent because she told me she don't use patterns. She don't know nothing about using no patterns.
I don't. I don't. I believe. I truly believe. I mean, it's nobody but God, because I mean, I don't. I've always known and seen others that sew. Of course, you have to use patterns, but I come up with a sketch, and I'll draw it out on the pattern. I mean, on the fabric, and then I'll put it together and I'll just sew it, and it turns out to be really amazing, amazing.
Well, you can see some of those inspired creations on her Instagram for the fashion show. But listen, she have just cut out macaws and what's the other little simplicity, the pattern makers. She just cut to the chase. I just saw the vision. I drew it out and I drew it on the fabric and I made it. That is amazing. We're going to be in touch with some people in this area that can help to push what you're doing excuse me, to the next level in this area. Robin Fuller, of course, she will visit with me. She presents artists, jazz and dance and all of that. That's in her wheelhouse and she knows about it. So we'll be talking with her about it and put you in connection with her so that the next time you come to Midland, we can make good on that. And then Carmel said, a pop up show. I like that. I really like that. You may have to drive this way with a U-Haul.
I'll do it.
Drive this way with a U-Haul. Well, Shelanda, thank you for being with us today. It was simply amazing to have you. I'm so proud of you. And I'm so inspired by what I have seen that I'm going and get I'm finna break my little bank and get something because I need to have it right here on my wall. I'm gonna have to put it where y'all will be able to see it
Yeah.
framing me as I'm doing moments with Mama Sue. Any last things that you'd like to share with us before we close?
It's an honor. I'm so grateful that you took the time to even, have me here today. I'm thankful for all the watchers. And thank you for your support. It really means so much. And I'm just looking forward to new, to new.
Ah, that's wonderful. We thank Shelanda for being here. We want you guys to be sure and like and share this because even in replay, people can hear about it and know about the exceptional things that she has going on. If you're watching and saying, I would like to be on Moments with Mama Sue, well, you can do that. All you have to do is go to my direct message and let me know how to contact you, and then we'll visit and see how we can introduce some wonderful people I know to some other wonderful people that I know. And I love to have you support what I'm doing on this platform. You can do that by giving contributions via Cash App. I'm always glad for any amount that you do that helps me to go to the next level and be able to create things that will support the arts and music and all of the things that I'm trying to do and do it in a more excellent way. I want to be clear when I'm on the camera. I bought a camera thanks to you all and some of your contributions. I was able to get a camera, ring lights, and all kind of things so that we can do it in a more excellent way. So there's my Cash App. You can send it to dollar sign Sue Roseberry. And if you don't like Cash App, that's not your thing, well, then you can do Venmo at Sue Roseberry 1. And then if you're like me on the plus side of and you don't like any of those kind of things, you want to do snail mail, I still do checks. Yes, I do. You can send those to P.O. Box 51422, Midland, Texas 79710. And I appreciate and covet your prayers and your support of what we are doing. It makes all the difference in the world to have people who believe in you and are supporting what you're doing. Shout out to everyone who joined us today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for engaging with us in the chat and being a part of Moments with Mama Sue. We want you to come on back on the third Monday of the month when my special guest will be Ruth Goolsby, who is an indie gospel music artist, producer, and musician. She has new music out that I guarantee you will bless you. And we're going to check out what Ruth got going on. So you all be sure and join us right back here on Moments with Mama Sue. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Woo! Now that's what I call a great show. Woo! We out of here. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments. Ah, now we can do it a little better than that. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments. Oh, well, all right, come on with it. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments. Yeah. Oh. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments. Oh, wait. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments. Oh, Lord. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments with Mama Sue. Never know what to expect. Hey. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments. Ow! Moments with Mama Sue. Ow! Moments with Mama Sue. Moments. Yeah. Moments with Mama Sue. Can't you? Moments with Mama Sue. Moments. Oh. Well, now we might be done a little bit too much.